Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's Dan here from Sportscards UK, or another podcast even. I'm very happy to be joined with Jake from Majesty Grading Service.
Hi Dan, how's it going?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. Thanks for having us on.
Good. So I guess I suppose the best place to start really is a small intro in terms of yourself, who you are, and how you got started.
Okay, so my name's Jake. I'm the director of Majesty Grading Company. We launched around about, I think it's coming up to about 10 months maybe. However, the back work and the project kind of started in 2020. Putting everything together in terms of machinery orders, learning about ultrasonic welding, all of these different things kind of took a bit of a time to get going. But I think we ended up being probably around about maybe the third or fourth grading company to launch in the UK. So yeah, it's gone pretty well from there. We kind of started out and was kind of looking at different kind of things, and we felt that sports cards definitely in the UK was left behind a little bit. Hence, kind of like the logo and the design of our kind of brand, and everything was kind of going towards Pokemon. As much as Pokemon is such a huge business for us, and we grade a lot of Pokemon cards, and we kind of, when we first started, we did say, actually only send Pokemon cards in just at the beginning, just to kind of get us used to it. But yeah, so mainly kind of targeting to around kind of sports and Pokemon. However, we do kind of grade other TCGs as well. I kind of launched the business just because I was a bit frustrated with waiting times. For instance, I've got cards with Beckett and kind of PSA at the moment, and I was just fed up with waiting times really. And then I was also a little bit frustrated with the way the UK kind of Facebook scene and how toxic it was and things like that, where there was so much kind of fake cards going around, especially in kind of Pokemon. There was people just relentlessly trying to rip each other off and things going on like that. And I just wasn't happy with it. And I thought, what can we do? And that's when we launched MGC.
Definitely. And I definitely think there was a gap in the market. And we've seen, I guess it's fair to say that we've seen quite a few UK grading companies pop up. But for those grading companies to specifically say we're open to sports cards and to get a lot of sports cards in, I think is definitely what's been needed in the hobby. Because there are quite a few UK grading companies that have popped up, but they tend to be more specific to Pokemon or tend to be heavy on Pokemon, and I don't see too many people grading sports cards with them. So there was, absolutely, there was definitely a gap in the market, and I was keen to kind of test you guys out straight off the bat.
Yeah, I think when we saw the videos you kind of did as well, we were pretty happy with it as well. So it's pretty cool, and it was really good. I think one thing for us as well is, like, when we first started was all about security and things like that, and I think that's something that maybe there's a lot of companies that have done really well. For instance, that have put kind of high security in their kind of slabs and things like that, and it was just a key thing for us that I felt that we needed to make sure that if we're going to be here for the future, we've got that protection further down the line. And that was a thing that I think some people have kind of maybe missed the trick with, where they've just gone solely for the grading aspect, where we tried to create a whole kind of package with having the kind of security elements as well, which I think has been a big selling point for us as kind of with our customer base as well.
Mm-hmm. And would you say that's what would you say your USPs are of why would someone choose Majesty Grading Service over another company out there?
I think in terms of worldwide, I think we have to go down to the fact of it's solely down to speed and price. Solely down to speed and price, and also in terms of how the product looks. That's also a big factor as well. And we're UK based. In terms of base in the UK, the wide range of kind of cards that we grade and different things that we grade, but also our security as well. From the MGC secured set that we've got into the actual the labels there, which has a microchip that allows you to touch your contactless phone against it, and that will give you all the details about your card. To the kind of the UV ink that's threaded through the labels as well, which you can shine a UV torch over. There's UV fibers in the paper, which means the paper can't be replicated. There's microtext, which is so small that you can only see under a microscope, and it has kind of different kind of things in there that we know about. Different serial numbers that are hidden, hollows, all these different things that we've added to that, which kind of makes our product a lot kind of more secure, and not just essentially a label and a slab, which I think is a big thing for future growth in terms of MGC. You know, if MGC is here to stay in the future, and as we get bigger and things happen, you start to see, you know, potential copycats and things like that, and people trying to replicate your product. We've already found in Germany that people have been trying to replicate MGC and claiming to be us, and asking people to send cards to them. You know, so we know it's important to make sure that we're protected from that side of things. On you know, as much as, you know, we don't want people to replicate our cards, but it does obviously show as well that at the same time that your level of standard is getting higher and you're being respected, you know, in different kind of places. So it's yeah, that was a big thing for us. I think it's definitely a unique selling point. I think another selling point for us as well, and I think we're going to probably touch on this maybe further down the line, and I know you want to come down here, but it's kind of being open and honest, and we're going to be the first company, I believe, well, in the UK for definite, that's going to allow you to come to the MGC grading lab and actually have cards graded here on the day and see the process, see what happens. We actually had the guys from Voltex, who do kind of the folders and the accessories and things like that. They came a couple of days ago, and we had them in here. We didn't actually grade any cards for them, but we had kind of, and they've left some for us to grade anyway, but we had a kind of a setup where they could actually use the ultrasonic welding machine. They could actually kind of, you know, place the label in themselves, print the labels off, and they've kind of done their own kind of unique customizable label, which was really cool. But yeah, so I think that's a key selling point for us as well, and hoping that a lot of people are going to come down and visit us and check us out.
Yeah, absolutely. And for those of you who also went to the London Card Show, I know you're a sponsor and you were down at the London Card Show as well. So if you do want to meet MGC and you want to kind of get to know the guys, then that's another place that they can see you as well. So how big is the team at the moment at Majesty?
So we've got 4 people in total. 2 members of staff that are grading. We've got George, who's working basically full time now in terms of slabbing, so in terms of the ultrasonic welding machine. And the big news is, which, you know, I've actually brought my mum on board as well now.
Oh, nice.
Which, people may go, oh, you know, it's a small company and things like that, but mum's basically doing a lot of admin work for us now as well, which I'm now haven't got the ability to do that. I'm not kind of free to do that. I've kind of got other projects that I've got to work on. So yeah, so pretty kind of proud to say that my mum's now working for us full time, which is pretty cool. And a big achievement. It's pretty good.
Absolutely, yeah. No, that's really, really good. And so I did mention to Jake before the kind of the podcast started. I guess we're not going to go into too much detail. You did sort of lightly mention it there, because for a video idea, I do want to come to the Majesty Grading company's office and kind of see how things work in terms of how they grade the cards. So we're not going to go into too much detail on kind of the grading process in terms of how you do it, and because I think it'll be much better to see that visually in a video. So I guess we won't touch too much on that, but we'll just kind of find out a little bit more about you and what you've got coming up as well. So you mentioned the stuff that you've got with Volt X, which is obviously cool.
Yeah, they were more similar kind of opportunity to probably yourself, and we met them at the London Card Show. Simply just met up with them, you know, and they came to the office and visited. I don't think we've got anything in the pipeline with them. There might be a few little things maybe further down the line, but it was more just you know, meeting people in the community, and that's what the grading lab's for as well. You know, coming down here, hanging out, bringing some cards, and seeing what we kind of do. In terms of projects we've got coming up, we've got more cases coming, different kind of sizes, different things like that. So we've currently got about 5 different cases at the moment. So pretty much covering the majority of kind of trading cards from Yu-Gi-Oh all the way up to 130 PT. So we're pretty much ticking most TCGs off now. We've got sticker cases which we are working on to make it even more of a perfect fit. We've got something that we're happy with at the moment, but like everything can be improved and we can make better. So yeah, eventually we'll have something that we are 100%, really, really happy with. At the moment, I would say we're 90% happy with what we've got, but it's working. But I think it's been a thing anyway that PSA and the likes of SGC have all struggled with. The amount of different sizes and the amount of different styles of stickers can be a problem. And with kind of the machinery and the tooling you have to use, you have to change the tooling depending on the case size and things like that. So it becomes very technical and very expensive as well. But we are getting that, and that will be here. I'm hoping potentially February time would be good, and we'll have a kind of a definite product which we're happy with for stickers. I know we've kind of touched on it a little bit. We've got the we actually got contacted by pretty much the two biggest companies. Well, one of the biggest companies in the world being Microsoft. They contacted us along with their partners at Netflix, which we were just kind of blown away by, and it was like, wow. We didn't get told at first what the exact project was, what they wanted us to help them with. But further down the line, it ended up being a kind of a trading card project. They wanted to develop a trading card for a new movie. And we were like, yes, 100%, we can help you with this. We're happy to do this. So we worked with their design team and basically kind of put together a trading card that kind of worked for them. And then we kind of worked on using our kind of slab, kind of a new label for them as well, that they could basically promote the movie using these trading cards. So I've got some of them here. So we've got Dwayne The Rock Johnson from Red Notice, Netflix and Xbox movie, Gal Gadot, and then Ryan Reynolds as well. So that was like a huge kind of win for us, and a huge experience that kind of we're pretty happy with. They've also now come back to us as well, and they've said we were really happy with the project. We ended up doing around about, I don't know, it was a few thousand cards we ended up doing for them as well, that have now been sent out all around the world, which is pretty cool, and still really happy about it. And we're now working on a project with them potentially in January or February, I believe it is, for another trading card. I believe it's a different game, or a game for Xbox. I'm not 100% sure exactly what it is yet, but we'll find out soon.
There we go. And I've recently recorded, and this is a bit of I guess a shameless plug of my own. I recently recorded a Mel Monday video, and I've been picking up like video game type cards as well. So it's funny you say that. Like, I've literally got one here, like a old Zelda type Nintendo card. So I've been picking up loads of these sorts of things, and 1991 Impel Nintendo stuff. So yeah, I feel like, and a lot of the old Mario stuff I've been enjoying as well. There's a few Kellogg's Mario cards that came out. So I've always been into kind of like alternative type rookies. So that sort of stuff definitely appeals to me. So would that stuff be set for sale then, or is that just they kind of give that out at red carpet events, or what's the plan with the slabs?
So it's involved in a game online called Xbox Vault. You basically have to break into the vault to win one of these cards, and each card on the back here you'll have there's a code. This one hasn't, 'cause it's a prototype that we did, but it'll have a code that essentially allows you to get Xbox Game Pass for a whole year for free, which is pretty cool. And then the Dwayne The Rock Johnson was on live video all over his Facebook and Instagram, holding the cards and talking about them and things like that, which was pretty cool. And
it's a bit of a surreal moment for you there.
Yeah, it's a shame like our branding isn't on the cards. We couldn't have our branding on, working with such obviously big kind of companies. But the fact that we played a little kind of part in that movie was pretty cool. Have you managed to watch it yet, Red Notice? I think it's on Netflix.
I haven't yet, but I've seen it on there, and it does look quite good. I've seen a few trailer bits of. There was like a prison scene where The Rock and Ryan Reynolds. So I saw it flash up, and I was like, well, I will watch it at some point. But I think the missus wants to watch it, so it's kind of one of those like. If you've got a girlfriend, then you know how it is in terms of you want to watch a movie, but she wants to watch it with you. But there's 100 of other things that you've got to watch at the same time. So, Tiger King 2 we've just finished now, so maybe we can go on and watch that. But it's definitely on the list.
Have you seen any of the Joe Exotic cards?
Yeah, I have actually. I wanted to get one. I actually wanted to get one. As shameless as that is, I did actually want to get one. Yeah, they do look quite cool.
Yeah, we've not had any come through yet. So if anyone does have a Joe Exotic card, send one in to us.
Send one into MGC. I think are they Leaf? They're not tops or upper deck.
Yeah, I think they are.
Mm.
Yeah, I think no. I think there's also autos, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, I think that.
I think there is.
Yeah, I think there is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is. I'm sure I've seen one in card show vlog of an American YouTuber. I'm sure. What would you say straight off the top of your bat? I'll just kind of throw this out there. What would you say is one of the most unique cards that you've had, or kind of one of the humorous cards that you've had? Is there any sort of Joe Exotic type cards that have been sent to MGC?
I think a kind of a crazy card we had, which was just really kind of cool to kind of, you know, with how old it was. I think it was from, I don't even remember it was from the 30s. I think it was a Mickey Mouse card from the 30s.
I saw that on your Instagram actually.
Yeah, and the guys actually sent in the whole kind of collection. It's from some snap cards from them from back then, and it was even to the fact of we researched, we looked everywhere. You know, the gentleman who sent them in looked everywhere, and we couldn't find the exact date that they were made in. We narrowed it down to as best as we could in terms of looking at the kind of the drawings and what kind of era the drawing was, you know, in terms of Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck and that kind of stuff there was kind of done. And we kind of pinned it down as best as we could. And we got it between kind of 3 years. And I think it's been like 31, 32 or 33. But because we couldn't make an exact kind of assumption on it, we had to just say, you know, low 30s. That was probably a pretty cool card. Anything kind of crazy or wild? Not particular. Nothing really springs to mind. Nothing really springs to mind as that. Obviously, some of the big hits we had, the first edition Shadowless base set Charizard that came through, graded an MGC4, recently sold for 3,500. I think it did on eBay. That was pretty serious, pretty cool for us. We had this is a card we had in recently, numbered to 99, Jude Bellingham auto.
Oh wow!
Pretty cool card as well.
Graded a 10 as well.
Graded a 10, yeah. The gentleman who sent that in, he sends a lot of cards to us as well. Some big hitters he kind of has. So yeah, nothing really wild. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, but no, we're at like 25,000 cards now.
Wow!
So it's quite a lot.
Yeah, and so you grade the autos as well. You partner with another company, is that right, to do the autos as well? So obviously not the top stuff, because that's just a sticker auto. You wouldn't grade that, presumably.
Exactly, yeah. So if it's a sticker auto and it's essentially certified by Topps or Panini, whoever it is, they have all the kind of the certification already on there. But with, say, for instance, anything that's like an on card signed by someone, hand signed there and then we send it off to a memorabilia company we've got a partnership with. There's two ways we now do it. With kind of the company we kind of partnered up with at first, we looked at loads of different kind of companies, and we wasn't very happy, you know, with what they could actually do for us. And it's solely down to the reason that we had an option to have one company said they'd be able to do absolutely everything from us, from movie stars to kind of any kind of actors, Pokemon, anything whatsoever they would be able to do for us. And I just didn't really feel they had the expertise or the knowledge to do it. So we kind of moved away from them very quickly. And we've now found a kind of a company who authenticate for us, and they solely do it for sports cards, nothing else. And they were honest with us. They said, look, we haven't got the knowledge to it. So we do that. And we have a partnership with them as well. They grade a lot of cards for us and kind of sell them in their store as well. So that we've kind of got that partnership that works quite well with them. We don't get a huge amount of it, but you know, we have been getting quite a few come through now. But we don't actually grade the auto. They just authenticate the auto for us, and then we solely grade the card because we haven't got that expertise to kind of give grades on or kind of autographs and things like that.
Yeah, because I know there's some companies that will do a kind of a grade of an auto, and I kind of get it, but I also feel it's harsh if the card was actually graded or was actually autographed by a person, but then it gets like an 8 autograph. You just think, well, I'm not quite sure about that. But I did actually
The only
once have a Adam Lallana SGC 10, and it was a Panini, or I think it was Panini sticker auto, and SGC had given it they'd given it a 10 grade and then given it a auto 10, and I was kind of looking at it. I sold it a while ago. I was kind of looking at it going, it's already authenticated and it's a sticker auto. What are you having to pay extra to get a sticker auto authenticated? It didn't make any sense to me. So I kind of like the way that you do it.
Yeah. Why do you need, like you said, why do you need the autograph kind of graded? What does it add? What value does it add? In the end of the day, a lot of these times autographs are probably rushed and things like that. If you're meeting someone, at a sports event or something along the lines of that, and it's quickly signed.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a strange one, but yeah, we've partnered with them. They're doing a pretty good job for us at the moment, and supplying a pretty good service. So yeah, hopefully we'll get more kind of autograph cards come through.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I probably will be sending one your way actually at some point, because I've got a kind of a on-card auto Roy Keane. I bought it off eBay, so I'm hoping it is authentic. But I guess your guys will confirm. But
and that's an easy thing for us to do, and we can get it done. It's we sometimes ask as well, and they've asked before with kind of ones that are a bit more obscure. We had one collector who sends a lot of kind of Newcastle cards in, and they were players from a way longer back that there's not many autographs about and things like that. So any kind of extra material you can give us to pass on to them also helps the case as well.
Definitely. And I suppose a shameless plug of my own. For anyone that doesn't know, I'm kind of doing we've only had one episode at the time of recording going out, but I am doing a kind of a monthly series, which is very, very exciting in terms of submitting 10 cards a month to MGC. Next month I'm very excited, or this month I'm very, very excited about. I've already sent the cards to you. They're all 10s, which I'm joking. Pleased to announce. No, I'm joking. But there is a thicker card in there as well, so it'd be good to show the different case for that as well.
Is that the Futera one? Is it
the Futera one? Yeah, it's a.
Yeah.
What is it? A Torres. That's the thing now. Yeah, it's a Torres.
I think it is. Yeah, Man City.
Ferran Torres numbered Futera card I bought on eBay, so that'd be interesting to see the new slabs there. Definitely.
Yeah, they're slightly thicker, obviously, to kind of fit cards in there. They got up to 130 PT. Yeah, we're really happy with them. It took a while to get that. It was one of the kind of things that, along with stickers, has been kind of asked from us from the beginning. Can you grade patch cards? Can you grade patch cards? Can you grade fit cards? And it's always been no, we can't. But now to have the ability, it's pretty cool.
Perfect. So you mentioned that at the beginning of the podcast that you've got some cards off at PSA and MGC. So as would you say you're a collector yourself? Are you an investor? And what sort of cards? What sort of cards do you collect or have sent off?
I'm an investor as such. A lot of kind of Pokemon cards I collect. In terms of Gyarados is my kind of like my go-to. I would also say that I'm being a massive Tottenham fan as well. My kind of like PC is Heung-min Son. Which I kind of collect a lot of cards of him. The cards, I think it's Beckett at the moment. I've got I think, what was the recent batch of Beckett? There was a lot kind of from Vivid Voltage that got sent off to Beckett that I quite wanted to send over there. I can't even remember. It's been so long now since last submission. I think I'm probably on I don't know, 12 months maybe now. I don't know. I haven't checked for a while, but yeah, that was probably the last submission I did with them guys. So, but now I don't grade any of my own cards. The only one card that I've graded with MGC was the first ever card that was graded, which is Giovanni's Gyarados. That we kind of was the first ever kind of card that's now in my safe and hidden away, and that's my kind of pride and joy. But bar that, I haven't graded any of my own cards. The guys in the office don't do either. It just doesn't feel right. So.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, no, that makes complete sense. And so, obviously, we did mention you've got the kind of the London card show and stuff that's coming up. We've got one coming up in January. I don't know if you guys are going to the new one that was announced at the Tottenham Stadium. UK Box Breaks has announced that.
Yeah, so we're definitely at the January one. Obviously sponsoring that again, so that'd be really, really cool. Looking forward to it. Brilliant turnout last time. In terms of the one at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, yeah, we'll hopefully be going. I think we've put our name in the hat to be there for sure.
Yeah.
That's obviously a bit of a proud moment, if it's being held at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium,
especially for you.
Yeah, you can't miss as a Tottenham fan, so that's going to be really cool. Looking forward to it. All of these things that are happening now in the UK, from the grading side of things to in terms of kind of the breakers we have in the UK, getting rid of some of the bad breakers we have in the UK, these events that are happening now more regularly. This is all good stuff for the UK. And it's kind of exciting times, I think, for us as collectors and things like that. So, yeah, it's a good space.
Yeah, and I've always said, like, sports cards is... I've been saying since... So I got into sports cards not even that long. I've been compared to some other people that are in the States or Canada or Hawaii, wherever. Even Europe. I think Germany have been into sports cards a lot longer than I would say the UK have, just because they were able to get stuff for... some of the basketball stuff. I know there's a lot of sort of big basketball and NFL following over in Germany specifically, just as one of the European countries, as well as Eastern Europe as well, not to leave anyone out. But I've always said that sports cards has been in its infancy, but I feel like really now with everything that's going on with the breaks being established, with you guys being the grading, with the shows that are now popping up, like it's really kind of it's been building and building, and I feel like it's really now starting to catch on, which is really, really good to see. And it just needed that. We needed a UK grader, we needed UK shows, we needed UK YouTubers, like as many as possible. We needed loads of Instagram people, loads of TikTok people. So it's really, really good to see. And I think, yeah, there's definitely some exciting things to come, I think, from everyone really. And more collectors, the more collectors, the better.
I hope these events, keep happening year on year. It's a real. I think if the events are kind of thriving, then the community's doing well. In terms of the value of cards will go up and stuff like that as well. So your investments are good. The more kind of people that are involved, the more products going to be sent to the UK as well, which is a big thing for us. I think the one thing we're lacking is kind of, at the moment, is probably buying power in the UK. I think there's a need for people to come together and start buying together, and somehow kind of creating a buying group or something along the lines of that to get products into the UK at a cheaper price. And I think until that happens, that's probably one of the only things that's holding us back at the moment.
Yeah, I think so. I think that probably one of the biggest retailers that we've got at the moment is probably Sports Trading Cards UK. I would say is probably the biggest one that I'm aware of. I think even them themselves have got quite a modest shop at the moment. I'm sure in time that will grow, but we haven't really got card stores or anything else like America does. So you can kind of compare everything to America and say, if we want to get it as big as they have it, then these are the things that we need to kind of match that. So retail is obviously something that I guess we struggle with. And even on the kind of the UK Panini sites and Topps sites, I mean, Topps have upped their game 100%. I think they have been doing well with the releases, although they're still hard to get. They have been doing well with the releases, and they have been releasing things that are available in the US as well as the UK. Specifically, I'm thinking Topps Chrome for football and F1 as well. But I do feel like Panini have been lacking behind big time. They've done a few UK sort of specific releases, it seems, with the sort of Panini score stuff that's coming out. But a lot of the basketball and the NFL is still very, very hard to get hold of. It's still extremely expensive for your average collector. So it is kind of just solely for the investors, it feels like at the moment, or people that have got deep pockets, I guess you could say. So yeah, maybe some more cheaper products, some more easy to get hold of products. I know Asda, for example, is kind of a parent company of Walmart, and I know Walmart sell cards. It's Walmart or Target or one of the others. So if we could get sports cards in supermarkets, that would be again another move forward. So there's so many different things that can happen that's going to make everything explode and become more accessible and more popular. I mean, we know Match Attacks is huge, but if we could get sports cards to be like Match Attacks for adult collectors to go, right, well, we've had our fun with Match Attacks, or we still collect Match Attacks, but let's have something a bit more high end for the adults, or let's have a chance at hitting like high numbered or like parallels, autos. I know sometimes that's in Match Attacks now, but again, that is good to see. So yeah, there's a lot that can happen.
It's just a matter of time, really, for kind of the UK with sports cards. It's crazy as well, and I always kind of compare it to kind of 3 p.m. kickoffs, in the Premier League. We're kind of the home of football. We have the Premier League here, and we still can't get Premier League kickoffs at 3 p.m. And it's the same with sports cards. We still can't get the best quality sports cards, even though with the founders of football in that sense there and things like that. It's frustrating, but I think it will come. I think these shows will kind of put a bit of a landmark on it. I did hear there's quite a lot of people coming over for the kind of the London card show as well, which is good. And bringing more eyes from different kind of places will also help. I think was it one of the podcasts you did with London Card Show? I think it was kind of mentioned.
Harry,
yeah. So that's all good. It's just time, isn't it? I think it will grow, and hopefully MGC will be part of that as well. And we'll kind of gain even more trust from people, and they'll see the kind of the standard that we're putting out up there with kind of the best in Europe and potentially maybe the best in the world one day.
Absolutely, I look forward to seeing it, and I think that's probably a good place to end. I think on a kind of on a positive note of everything growing and you guys growing, and obviously, hopefully, you can see or you will see a lot more from kind of us working together as obviously the series coming. In terms of submitting to you guys, it made complete sense in terms of having the ability to get a series going, a grading series, which is something that I've always wanted on the channel and isn't possible with any other grading company that's out there, really. So it's exciting stuff. And then obviously, there's a lot to hold in terms of the future, in terms of potentially going over to the office and seeing how you grade things. And we've got a few video ideas which I think are in the pipeline, definitely, which are very exciting.
I think that's a key thing as well. Is recently we had to put our prices up and things like that. And stuff which we really didn't want to do. It was solely down to the fact that we've hit certain thresholds and VAT and things like that have had to come into it. But we will always remain at a fair price. I'm kind of fed up of paying over the top for product abroad. I'm not going to do it anymore, and the same with grading as well. So that's the thing, that we will always stay at that price. I think we're at $12.99 for a card now, to be turned around within 7 weeks. You can't find that anywhere else, so it's pretty good going. I look forward to the future kind of videos, man. Should be good.
Absolutely.
And we'll have to get down here very soon and check out what we've got going on, and get some cards graded for you here, and potentially show you some of the equipment we use as well. Yeah,
look forward to it. So just as a kind of I guess an exit, where can people find you? How can they follow you? How can they get cards sent off to MGC?
So you can follow us on MGC_UK on Instagram. We've also got a YouTube channel coming soon, which I am dreading. As you can probably tell, I am not good on camera whatsoever in terms of things like that. So that was a new learning point for me in terms of being on camera and talking. So that'd be good. I think it's going to be Majesty Grading Company at YouTube or something along the lines of that. We'll probably do something fancy where you can maybe tag us below. And then if you want to submit cards to us, MajestyGradingCompany.com. And I think you've got a discount code as well.
Yeah, right, that'll be in the description below. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Got a discount code as well. So is it 15% off?
15% off. Yeah.
15% off first submission. So pretty good there. Free UK return postage as well. However, we do also ship internationally. So if you do have any international customers on your YouTube, they can also send cards in there as well.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, Jake, for joining me on the on this podcast. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm sure we've got lots more to come. Obviously, I hope you guys did enjoy it as well. If you did, please do drop a big like on the video, leave some nice comments below, send some cards to MGC, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that bell icon so that you don't miss a video. And if you are listening on Spotify and iTunes, please do leave a lovely review as well if you did enjoy it. Thank you very much. I'll see you on the next Sports Cards UK podcast.